Taking the convo to high levels. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying Durable Minds Radio.
Hey,
Okay,
what's
y'all all
going
back?
on, man?
Everybody back?
Yeah, I'm back on this motherfucker, man.
Okay, Miss Mac, are you with us?
Oh, it's
I don't
nice to
think.
meet you, baby. Oh, she not here.
Okay, who's all in here then?
I think it's just me and you, P. Oh
Okay, because
no,
on my
no,
screen I
no.
see 3 people.
Oh, she's still in here, but I can't hear her though. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
she.
so she trying to call herself a Mac man? What's going on with her?
No, no, no. I'm finding it. What we're trying to figure out with Miss Mac is why she's so interested in the lifestyle now. This
Oh,
is this is what we're trying to peel back. We know the uncles was in the game. We understand that. Now we want to understand what's the real reason she's still interested in the lifestyle.
hey, I'm gonna just put it out there, right? So I don't know much about her, but the lifestyle is very intriguing, and you know, man, it catch wandering eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? And bitches, they like things like, that's glamorized a certain way, especially when it has to do with money. You know what I'm saying? And it's got to do with fly young gentlemen, like the pimping. So I don't,
Right, right, right,
I
right,
don't
and
blame
that's what I
her.
want to hear, right? Because if we could peel back them layers, then we can get the real, right?
She just
Because
intrigued with the
you know what
game.
I'm saying, like, but when we be like, oh, because my uncle, it's like, well, was you feeling your uncles being pimps and you wanted to be pimped on? Because that's
Right.
what I want to hear, because then it's
That's
like,
what it
okay,
sounds
that's
like,
cool, you
P.
can, you're welcome, that's good, it's
Right.
okay, you want to come back? I'm over here texting, I forget I could just talk.
Wait, what
I
happened?
have an answer. Okay, hold on. Let me send you back.
But man, at the end of the day, we know the truth, man. That bitch, she just like the lifestyle, man. She just don't want to admit it. She like the
No,
lifestyle.
she's admitting she likes the
I
lifestyle.
was about
She's
to say, I
admitting
guess she
that.
did. I
But
guess she did.
she's not being. I don't know. I'm
She ain't being.
assuming.
As
Okay,
Sim
here
would
she
say,
comes.
she ain't being all the way
She
100.
fucks with my nigga perspective though.
Okay, so I have an
Hey,
answer.
baby, how
So
you
the
doing?
game, what I watched and what I witnessed and what I've learned, like from what my uncle showed me and the experiences that I had with them and that kind of thing, I took that and applied it to what I do now. See,
Oh,
does that
okay.
make sense? I used the
Mm-hmm.
game,
All
that
right.
game that I was taught. You can apply that to real life.
Of
No,
course,
we know.
of course.
I
The
mean,
game is
Just that, and so
that's
universal.
why
that's
you're in
essentially
this
what I.
space.
The
Yep,
game is universal. But
No, I
right.
I
get
would
it
like
now.
to
It
know,
makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
if you, I would like to know some things that your uncle had taught you that you applied to your life in the square world.
Well, like I said, I had three uncles. All of them was pimping. One was just a horrible pimp who was always just money hustling realistically. Didn't really know what the fuck he was doing. He didn't pay attention to my grandfather who knew what the fuck he was doing and taught the niggas the right thing.
All right, so
And then
we ain't gonna call him a
my other
pimp
uncle
because that's
died. He died.
disrespectful.
He died with hoes and homes, and he did it properly in the right way. And watching him and his uh millet, he was, excuse me, on following the guidelines. He had guidelines and rules and qualifications, and you had to be a certain way, and you don't go out the house looking like he just his decorum and the way that he carried himself was the proper way to be a gentleman, essentially.
Right,
That's why
right.
I'm like,
That's how it's supposed to be in the game, baby.
Right, that's how it's supposed to be in the game. He
but
played the game right.
Matt, Miss Matt,
Yeah, in my opinion,
what? So do you want a man that was like your uncle?
in some ways, yes.
Okay.
You just don't. You
He
just
also
don't.
raised me. My uncle Mark raised me. I
So
didn't
let me
live.
ask you this: have you ever in your field, not even in your field, just in your regular day life, right? Have you ever used your sex appeal to get your way dealing with a man?
In my work life or in my private life.
Either or.
I try not to do that in my work life, but in
But
my
you, but
private life,
So
of
we wait,
course, of
wait, wait,
course.
P. We got our answer, man.
right, right. So I think you will be a perfect lady for the pimp, and I think you will be happy. and I'm not speaking for myself personally. I'm just saying a lot of females that understand, because what I'm getting from this now is that you was intrigued with your uncle and how he carried himself, right?
Hmm.
And you kind of visualize you wouldn't mind being with a man with that type of mindset, right? Now it's all about finding the right pimp that's going to understand the game and accept you for who you are. You get what I'm saying? So because we're dealing with a pimp, is all about the female accepting the man he is, his mindset. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, cause say okay, you got your own business or whatever, and the pimp dude has a group of females, and yes, say a couple of them go to jail, and he got his, I don't, his gamed up girl that not in the game, I guess, to be respectful, she'll be the one that makes the calls to bail out the other girls and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So there's always room if you want a man in your life and you
Wouldn't
don't
that
want to be
essentially
with
be a
the
madam?
not necessarily the madam. No,
That's
no,
not
that's too much
that's
power.
not a
I'm
You
whore.
asking. I'm genuinely asking. That's
no,
all.
you
Oh
would
yeah,
just
no,
be the
I'm
one because
letting
he
you
don't
know.
want to call the police because he might got paper. He don't want his name in nothing. So he needs a female that has a clean record that's in the square world, not necessarily a square,
Oh, I
right?
didn't. I didn't say I was a clean. I got a record as long as my.
No,
Yeah,
but you're
I
in
have
the
a
Oh
square
record.
yeah,
world. You don't have a record in
okay,
the
baby.
pimp and hoe world.
No, I do not.
That's what we're talking
So
about.
that's what we're talking about, right? To where now the old girl that's in jail, she was in jail or whatever, the girl that was got busted being on the blade or whatever, she'll call your line, and then you'll call the pimpin's line.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying? Like
I,
that. Not necessarily a madam to where you will be dealing with the females. Nah, they would just be like, okay, yeah,
a whole
we like
liaison,
Miss Mac.
essentially.
She cool. She be getting us out of the jail hella fast. I don't know who Bell's bone she called, but she get it done fast.
Right, and you would be
Right.
taking you wouldn't have to necessarily go outside like they do, and there's nothing wrong with that. It would just be you doing something else to take care of your responsibilities for the pimping. It
Yeah.
would
Right,
be it would be a different type of relationship, but it would still be you have this man in your life that you really you really do desire, and he live a certain way, and he respects certain things that you respect and you admire, and that's lacking in the square world as far as the
Very
square.
much so. That's
Right.
lacking very much so in the square world.
right,
Yes, maybe that's because a real authentic pimp. He's gonna follow these guidelines. He's gonna live strictly by them. He's not gonna play because he know better than to play with the game. And there's
Right.
not many things that people believe in that give so much structure and wisdom at the same time, especially when dealing with women. There's not much out there besides the game.
right,
That's
right.
really
And that's key for you, Miss Mac, because when you being a female, I'm sure you want a man, right? So
Of course.
you understanding your family was took the game and the lifestyle seriously because you're seasoned that finding the right pimp and him understanding you once that pimp understands who you are and how your mind really works, then for sure you will have a man in your life because he'll find a place for you and everything will be smooth. But the thing is, I understand you're a female and you got feelings and emotions. So as long as you know how to keep them in check, there's probably not going to be no problems, really, because that's going to be the issue. It's going to be like, oh well, you might want some time spent that he's not spending with you, or
Mhm.
whatever the case may be, to like
Yeah.
rub you the wrong way, to where you might lean back to wanting to be with the square dude that's in your life 24/7. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I do.
So the pressure is really on you. The ball's in your court because it's obviously that you tried the square world, and it gets you
Don't
tempted
sound
to
like
want to be a
Well,
304,
no.
and you like, hell no, I would never do that. So you like, I need to get with the pimping, but I don't want to be the 304. So you gotta just, I'm pretty sure
hey
you got a couple that you eyed out, you know what I mean, in your area.
hey
Just
baby, I
gotta
got a
come with
question.
it, man, and let them know.
I got a question for you, baby. What in your eyes, what's wrong with being a hoe?
Oh, I don't look it. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a hoe. I respect if a hoe's doing it right and she's fucking in her lane and playing her position. That I give her all the respect because she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. That's what.
Exactly.
It,
Okay. So all right, let me rephrase my question. I'm glad you answered it that way. What's wrong with you being
it's what's wrong with this?
one?
But there's nothing wrong with me being one. It was a choice not to want to be one. I just didn't want to. I didn't want that life.
I
Okay,
think
Didn't want
you
it.
gotta
okay,
understand
okay.
she's a little more seasoned, you know, in the 2000s, late 99s, early 2000s, you know, no social. It's like it's real. Like I said, it was at the prime time. So like
Hmm.
you feel me? She probably seen a gang of bitches down. You know, it was at that time. Pimps was never just one deep. They was two, three, four deep easily. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Right.
tracks is going booming and money's coming in. It's easy. Internet
Because
just
that
now
music.
starting, posting ads,
Yep.
Craigslist, all that
Red
is
Book
just
has
now
just
starting.
started. Yeah,
Oh
So
all
man.
like
the back pages and
what I get out of what she said earlier is the mental thing wasn't there.
yeah.
Like she was intrigued, but she just had to take the safe route because mentally it would have been a toll on her.
Okay,
You
that's
know,
why I
it
asked her.
wasn't like
That's what
the
it did sound like.
you know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm get my take out of it. She wasn't just mentally there with it,
You didn't
especially
want.
when it was
You
going
said
so
Yeah, that's what I said. I
because you
didn't have
said
the mentality for it. I said that. I didn't. I just didn't
okay
have it.
because you said you didn't want that life, and that's exactly what that means. It's not for you.
Mhm.
That's what
Right.
called to you.
Mhm.
but her being seasoned now and still intrigued with the game, she might not want the life, but
She
she
might
might
want the
still
man.
want to deal with a pimp. And you know what, dealing
Uh-huh.
with a pimp, man, you got a corporate job. I'm pretty sure you already know you ain't. If a pimp was good to you, you know you will peel out some cheddar because that's what's gonna get you the pimping. You gonna have to
You gonna have
break bread
you
from
gonna
the
have to,
job.
baby.
You gonna have
you
to.
gonna
You
have
gonna
to.
have to, cause you gotta look at it like this, Miss Mac. If that pimp that you choose to fuck with, he's dealing with females that's risking their life paying for him. So them females have a mind of their own, right? So
Right.
if they see Miss Mac is bailing them out, but she's not, you know, contributing with no finances in this motherfucker, then that's gonna create function with that pimp in his brides.
Right.
Not just that, but
I understand that.
pimping is only gonna deal with a woman who is willing to show him with currency that she really does desire him and what he can do for her, you know, as far as what the game that he can provide and improve her life. So he needs reassurance that you are serious about dealing with him on that level. So he's gonna require that choosing fee, you know, so that you can show him that you're
Not
serious.
even after the fee too though. Like it's gonna
Oh,
be a
of
consistent
course,
thing. Like it's
it's a
gonna be a growing. It's gonna be
yeah.
for sure a growing like project for sure. We gonna figure out something to where it's like if we gotta create another little construction business or something to where you're growing too. You get what I'm saying? It's not just gonna be like, damn, I'm doing the same thing and just giving my checks or half of my or whatever my checks to this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Nah, it's gonna be plans put in place to
Yes.
Yeah.
where you're growing and excelling too in life.
If we're
Well,
not
that's the
moving
whole point.
forward, I can't. Then we're moving backward.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
And
the
I'm
whole
pretty
point
sure,
with the pimping
but like you say, you can't
is to go
like
forward.
look. I don't know exactly what pimp you got. Pretty sure you got. I'm pretty sure you got some pimp in your minds over there in your area, and just hopefully they the real deal, right? Because it's a lot of shit going
These
on.
days, most of them are not the real deal. The game is so twisted. It's not what it ever was, and
uh,
it's sad.
uh,
I'm
it's a little
disappointed.
bit.
I'm disappointed. Now
It's a
there are
little
some that
bit.
still are that do it right, but for the most part,
I'm glad
it's it's simp lane and it's depressing. It's depressing to watch.
it really is. But I'm glad I know just the fact that I exist and beers and bees up here, man, to give me hope that there is still some peas out there. You know what I'm saying? That really do want to live by this game. So you're
Right.
not all out of luck, baby. You know what I'm saying? It is some of us out there. It's just not as many, as it used to be back in the
Yes.
day.
Nah,
They're a rare species these days.
We a
but
UFO.
see, the good thing is that she's a critical thinker and she understands, you know, the real from the fake. So the decision making is not even an issue. It's just that because it's going to be a new environment. I'm pretty sure you've never been with a pimp, so it's going to be
No, no, I have not.
right. So it's going to be a new experience, and I'm just speaking from my knowledge. Hey, every pimp's program is different, right? So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. The pimp that you might got on your eye or eyeing or whatever the case may be, his mindset might be totally different to where everything look good, you know, from the looks and shit. But once you actually get into the program, it's not, you know, what you expect it to be.
He would have to be on some fly ass pimping for me to want to be in that relationship.
I love the honesty, baby. That just it
For
confirms
real.
something I had said before you came in
I
because I
mean,
had said
he'd have to be, platinum pimping.
platinum pimping. That's what you calling it.
Pretty much, yeah. We're gonna call it platinum pimping.
You gonna call it platinum pimping?
Give us an example of
That's what
platinum
I'm saying.
pimping.
Yeah, let's
Okay, give us an
Give us
example.
an example
Okay,
of that.
he has a stable full. Everybody is running and functioning wide. He's going from state to state. He's making his money in other endeavors as well with whatever partner he's with. Like, if I'm going to be your partner, this is it's a business arrangement as almost as much as it is a personal relationship. So he'd have to be really on his shit.
Let me ask you this.
well,
Let
go
me
ahead.
ask you
Go
this
ahead.
real quick. Hold on, real quick.
Uh-huh.
You good? You good?
What with that pimp that you just described? What can you bring to his table?
Mm.
Like, why would he want to deal with you? Because
So
a lot of girls want the best thing right there, and then it's like, okay, why do you
okay,
think
wait.
that man would want to deal
So
with you
what
if
do
he
I
has
have to bring
everything
to the
going
table
emotionally?
essentially? So you're asking what do I have to bring to the table, right? So do I have to bring to
I'm
the table?
asking if he has everything in motion, like you say has. There's gonna be. Do you
I'll
think
give
that
him
man
exactly
is
what he
thinking?
needs if he's willing to give me that.
Do you think that man is thinking to find other females if he has exactly what you said?
Looking to find
Well,
other
well,
females.
Hey,
pimping
You
always
you
looking.
guys
hey,
do know that
Hey,
eventually you do have
success,
to,
what's going
hey,
on?
real
retire.
quick, real quick. I got something to say real quick because I'm gonna jump up out of here for about 10 minutes. But look, how you know the pimping gonna want you?
That part.
I just said that, nigga.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what he
I didn't even
said,
hear
P.
you.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
No, but for real though,
like, like
a
man, what
lot
the
of
fuck you
females
I
will
looking
do
for?
say,
have things that I can offer and bring to that I could bring to the table that he would want.
What can you bring to the
That's
table?
what we asking, baby. We just want to know what
Oh,
that
do
is.
you
You
want to
know,
know exactly what that is?
well,
like
I
Exactly.
we
mean, you
want to
can
know
Okay,
what
so
you
listen.
look
think
it.
that is.
I'd rather
I'm
you
gonna be
just
honest
speak
with you.
on
I
it.
understand that to be in a relationship like that, you really at the end of the day, you do have to cash out in some regard.
Okay,
Or
well,
Right? I know this. I know this. I know how the game works. I know how that works. All right. Pimp and love is essentially equates to dollar bills and a number.
You're going around the
no,
question.
no,
What do you have to
no,
pimping
bring
no.
to
still
the
Let
getting
her
table?
finish.
obedience
Let her
from his
finish. Let
woman.
her finish.
Pimping,
She
pimping still.
ain't she.
Yeah, you know what?
She trying to figure it out as she goes. So you got to give her some props for
My fault.
saying
My fault.
currency is the first thing, right? She's freestyling right now, right?
Right,
Right?
right.
This is
Very
a
much
good
so.
question, and she didn't have no time to think about it. And I actually liked that first answer she gave.
Hey,
She didn't
P,
go around nothing. Hey, it's
you
hey, pimp. You
no,
got
I
pimping's
Yeah.
attention now. You saying
It's
okay?
good.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm still
Yeah, you
No,
right, P.
but
I ain't
I'm
gonna
but
still
the
lie.
waiting on I'm still waiting on what she got to bring to the table though, man.
Hey,
go ahead.
hey, hey,
Let her
hey, let
finish
her
what she
get
was
to
gonna
it. We
say.
gonna let her
Look,
get to it, man.
look. I really wouldn't want to date a pimp. Like, really, there's
Well,
no
yeah,
way. I
you
wouldn't
can't
want to
date a
do that.
pimp.
You
Hey,
can't,
hey,
yeah, yeah. I was just
Exactly.
gonna
And
say
that
that.
is what the
Yeah.
problem is. Like, I don't like normal dudes, but I also can't date. I can't date normal dudes. I pop normal dudes. Normal dudes don't know how to handle me because
And this
they
and
can't, they
hold on.
can't,
They don't
they
know how to
can't,
Hold
handle
on.
you.
This
So,
is
so are you
why
they
I
saying
do
brought up
not.
the simps.
are you
They
saying
do
you are
not.
not submissive?
No, this is why
No,
I
no, no,
brought
no,
up
no,
simps today.
no.
Because females, and it's no problem, Matt, but females they want to find the in between. They want one foot in and one foot out,
Hmm.
and that's where simps come in at.
Okay.
You know what I'm
But I'm not
saying?
looking for anybody simping though. I
No,
don't,
he's not. He's not gonna have it. He's not gonna have it on his shirt, title blasted on him like I'm a simp. Da-da-da. No,
you
he's
just
gonna
spotted
come
this
in
though.
at you like he's a pimp or like he's gamed up, but then he's gonna settle into how you want it to be, and that's where the simpish come in, and then you're gonna get bored over that, and then you're gonna be back on like, damn, maybe I do want the pimp. You're gonna get the next thing. You might get the Mac.
Okay,
You
so
might
look
get
it.
the player.
I'm on my own hustle. I make
But
fucking
that's
six digits a
listen.
year.
It's okay.
You
It's
know what I'm saying?
okay.
I have,
Listen.
things. Like,
Relax.
it's
We're
good,
all on our
baby.
own hustle, but to really be successful in your hustle, like we said earlier, we agreed to this. You got to have like-minded people.
mhm.
So sometimes to have like-minded people around you, it takes yourself to sacrifice something for the greater good. You can't have your cake and eat it too sometimes. Sometimes you gotta share the cake. Y'all gotta make the cake together. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
Then
and I
y'all
know how to
both can
do
eat
that.
it.
I know how to not be the
But
red hen
with a
essentially.
pimp, that cake you might be eating forever. You might get fat. You have somebody grow old with. and all that good stuff. With all them other people, you know, they might take too much of your cake. They might not share their cake. You know, it's a lot of things that happen with that because you're trying to make the cake and eat it too. That's what I'm saying with the pimping. You gotta understand it's a certain. It's not just, oh, the pimpings are too hard. It's a reason why it's so much structure like that. And I think you realize that, but sometimes, like you said, mentally, it's that step to step over to really see what it's about. And then once you take that step and really see, you be like, oh, it ain't all of that. It's not that. It's not even that bad.
No.
Exactly.
But it's about
Sure
taking
is.
that step first. You can't be like, oh, I'm right here at the line. It's like, oh man, they're just talking. Oh gosh, it's like, let me get over here. Let me humble myself. Let me listen. Let the ego go and really see what it's about. And then you'll realize, oh, this shit, they actually are gentlemen. They just have to figure out where I was at, what side I stood on. Because when you're on the fence, then yeah, you're gonna get the press. Because pimping is like, look, we're already the most hated, and now you on the fence with us. It's like, no, 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 don't do that to us. Go do that to the simps. Go do that to the max. But over here, it's either you coming on this side of the fence and then it's all good, or
Or
you gonna just fall waistline.
right. It's no in between. You gonna have to. He put it together perfectly. You
No,
gonna have to.
but that's why I'm saying like it's okay. Like a lot of females is in that position because of all the distractions.
Oh,
and
of
and
course.
and you're not the only one. Even though you're seasoned, you're not. Don't think the young bros got to figure it out or the middle class bros got to figure it out. It's because of how society is with the internet that a lot of females they'll see these dudes, these game guys, and these is all simps. So they be like, oh, he's saying everything correct. And then when they run into the real deal, it don't match up, and then they're like, what the fuck? So it's like it throws the females
Disappointing.
off. Yeah, I know.
Uh,
But you're dealing with the real deal on this side,
Oh,
Hello.
you on the right side right now, baby.
you
Man.
know. But it's
You know,
nothing wrong with this side.
I know how to show my love through a payment. I understand that whole concept.
Hey, I
It's
wanted
not
to let you
about
know though,
love. It's
baby.
about
Eh,
loyalty.
Right,
You
right,
got to
right. Not
understand the
just
what we wear. It's we risking our life every day. Wh-
Right.
Do you agree that the pimp is the most hated out of a drug dealer, out of a
Of course, that's why
it,
pimping and pandering turned into human trafficking. That's why.
correct? So yeah, it's currency, and it's like everybody wants money, everybody's money hungry, but it's like
it really
pimping really have a reason to be money. Like, okay, you're showing loyalty to me. We really are the
we
only
need
ones that have the reason to be like, okay, and we don't take advantage of it. It'd be the other ones that put a black eye on our names to where it's like you might give a pretender a fee and then he blow it. So now
Right.
when you meet the real deal and you like, oh, I ain't giving no fee, I ain't doing that. And it's like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
chose
yeah.
wrong. Put the blame on yourself a little bit. Don't come over here to the pimping and like I ain't did nothing to you yet. You know what I mean?
that.
That's
Yeah.
you got to put the responsibility on yourself sometimes. Not you, just females in general,
I get
right?
it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really
No,
simple
I
sometimes.
agree with that. I completely agree with that.
No, it's all good, Matt. What it say? Is that I said this is when players and Mats come in just fine. You a player ass nigga if you ain't
I
looking
don't
for
know.
no pimping.
No, I don't
Oh,
think
this
she
is an old pin, I
players
think.
players don't live by the principles of the game, and she looking for somebody that's led by the
No,
game.
well, players. What a player gonna do to you is play you. So he gonna lay up with you, have a good time with you, and then you think it's gonna be all good. That's when you gonna break yourself, pay him some bread, and then he gonna be gone. Phew, I'm out of here, man.
But I have a
To
question.
the
Don't you
to my
guys
wife and
have?
kids,
Don't
baby.
you
I
guys
got her,
ever need to
baby.
decompress? Don't you guys ever need to decompress?
Yeah, of course, everybody need a balance. What you mean though? Elaborate.
Well, I've always, I have found that when you guys get older, you still want a partner, not
And you was left.
necessarily you not necessarily a 304, but you want an actual partner that can understand the
Uh,
life and
no, one down.
and not be a part of it necessarily. It's like
So
having an escape essentially.
so I can't speak for other people's circumstances, and I'm not old. I'm not getting old. You're part of that category that you speak of, but I do know that I have my preferences, and as far as how I look at you know a woman that's in the game and she's in my program, that's the highest woman that I would ever look for, you know, as far as what she could do for me, you know, because she's out there just like I am, and she's doing what's vital to the title, you know, as Sam would say, of being my woman. So,
What he trying to elaborate, let me help you. What he's trying to say is like it's the loyalty thing, right? For sure we all gonna grow old, and for sure we want somebody to grow old with, but we signed up for something, so we will prefer to have somebody be loyal to us long enough to where we grow old with them. And yes, it's about pivoting. And yeah, when she, get a certain, it's not like she's gonna be, on the blade the rest of her life or playing
no,
lines the rest of her life. For sure not. But what a pimp is gonna do is get the money and position us in positions to where we can grow old together. But guess what? Like, you can still sense what you can't retire knowledge, right? You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So whatever she pivots in, as long as she can has the opportunity to utilize game, she will. And that man she deal with will have no problem with it. Does that make sense? To where it's like we're not outside playing the blade every day, but we still utilize the game when the game is presented. And the man doesn't have a problem with it, and the girl knows what, and the female knows what to do. So
exactly.
because
Okay,
because
so
we grew from the grassroots up and out of the game, not necessarily out of the game because we can't get rid of knowledge, but we just pivot as we get older and pivot as we get older and still use the game. And she can be freely. She could be wherever she want, be 60 years old, run into a 65-year-old motherfucker at bingo, and this nigga didn't pay for her to get in bingo, come back to her man that's like 70 years old and be like, nigga, this old motherfucking trick nigga got me in the bingo for free, and he got us some food in it, and the old 71-year-old like, that's my bitch, man. He got this shit. Come here, give me some of that. And
hey,
that's the
people.
beauty of the game.
So
You feel me?
That's
so
That's what
real,
makes
perfect.
it a lifestyle.
man.
So
Hey,
perfect example, right? And I don't have a problem putting this out here, man. So my pops, man, he was some stump down pimping, right?
Right.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? My mom, you know what I'm saying? He had my mom in the game, so forth, so forth. Bam, 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 bam. Go on, so on, so on. For years, you know what I mean? Nigga,
Hmm.
now nigga, they
right.
they didn't got married, nigga, and got 4 businesses, and you feel me? So, but she was
That's
down.
beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a perfect example. You did?
That's a
And
perfect
and
right.
what I'm sensing is you trying to you want the pimp mentality that kind of was symbolizes your uncle that you grew up with, but you want him out the game. So you want like a retired pimp that's a Mac now, or
That's
that's what
why
they
I said
call him over there.
I can't, it's hard. I can't date pimps because of that.
You
Because it's
can't
like,
date a pimp, man. You got to stop saying that, baby.
I know.
You can't date no pimp.
You don't even.
I don't want a relationship with a pimp, and I'm not trying to have that
Just
lifestyle.
say you don't want to
You
choose a
guys live a
pimp.
lifestyle. I don't
Yes, yes.
necessarily want to
Just yeah.
live that type of lifestyle.
It's
You know
hey,
what I'm
tell
saying?
her
It's
again,
not for me.
people. You
I
need
don't
to
know why
No,
she
this
need
no,
turned
to
it's
into.
not. Listen.
I
Once
don't know why
again,
this turned into me wanting to be with a pimp.
no.
We just
Listen,
asked you
because
honestly,
you
bro.
do.
It's a
But
perspective.
you think being with a pimp that you have to live a certain lifestyle. Being
No,
with a
it's
pimp
a certain
with you being
mentality that I want
seasoned.
to live. I want all of the values, but not necessarily the career choice.
Well, let me ask you this:
Exactly.
are you
Hey,
clingy?
remember what we said?
No,
Do
Wait,
you
no.
have
so
kids? Do
so
you
you
have kids,
oh, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
do.
Miss
I do.
Mackin? Do you have kids?
I do have two girls.
Okay, so you didn't had a serious relationship before.
Yes. I've been
Oh,
married and divorced.
okay, so I thought you've been like just doing your independent shit all your life, but
No,
now that
no,
I
no,
know
no,
that you
not
have
all my life.
serious
That's the
relationship,
choice recently. That was
yeah,
the
it's
choice
gonna be a
recently.
real challenge for you to deal with a pimp. It's going to be a real challenge because you didn't experience a square lifestyle over a good period of time, to where the pimp's mind is not going to ever match what you experience, and that's what you're going to be trying to search for. So if you ever tell yourself like, I'm about to I got to strip away that mindset that I had, and I don't want a piece of an inch of an ounce of nothing that I experienced when I was living that life, and I want
Mhm.
something new, then that's when you will be with a pimp. But till then, if you want to keep doing that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're gonna keep dealing with the simps.
Yeah,
Since
because
that was just the word of the day was simps, y'all. So
yeah,
we
no,
could have said
that's the
anything
word
but
of the day,
simps.
man. But
Yeah.
I still don't understand where she said she wants the mentality of a pimp,
Yes.
but she
Okay.
don't.
So like,
I,
you guys,
I was stuck
your
on
guys'
that too.
mentality. There's a whole
Yeah,
psychology to pimping. I mean, you guys act like you don't know that.
No, it's not.
We're not
you
talking
That's
you
that's a square. That's a square. That's an outsider looking in terminology.
right.
Yes, I know that.
That's what
Hey, Big,
like
I gotta say that shit,
that's
man.
what
Oh,
like
God.
Caucasians and police make up. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like
yeah, because I was
a
stuck
lot
on
of
that.
people, that be thinking they know about this shit. They will say some shit like that,
Well,
but
no, okay,
really,
so look it. You guys
go
do
ahead.
have guidelines. You guys do have of a certain lifestyle, a way of life, the way it should be. Essentially, there's the utopia of what pimping can really be, right?
Yeah,
And you guys try to make it as such. You try to
It's
follow the
just it's
rules of the
just
game,
it's just a
making sure
man. It's what a
whatever it
pimp
is.
is. Listen to me. What a pimp is a man that chooses to present himself to a female in a form that no other man does. That's what it
Right,
is. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I
Like
do.
like pimping is something else, but being a pimp can work a 9 to 5 job, but every female he runs into, he's letting that female know, look, man, I'm doing this job temporarily, but my mindset is I'm pimp, I'm a pimp. So to fuck with me, you're gonna have to deal with a pimp man. But right now, I'm not pimping right now, but my mindset is a pimp. That's what a pimp is. It's his mindset of how he wants a female to deal with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
I
not
do.
like some because this where the saying comes in, and this is just my take, right? This is just my thoughts. But I don't know if y'all ever heard of the saying. I bring this up a lot when I heard this a lot when I was down. Oh, a pimp will sell himself. A pimp will sell himself. Like they say slick
Yeah, I
shit
didn't
like
heard
that
that bullshit, man.
damn, man.
because the reason. Okay, she gone. The reason they say shit like that is
No, she's still
because
there.
it's a
Oh, still there?
stereotype that's put on the pimping that he depends, he needs the bitch, he has to have the bitch, and it's like, no, he presents himself as a certain way to the bitch. He doesn't need the bitch. He can still be without a bitch for hella years, but because the reason he's without a bitch for hella years is because a bitch is not getting to his program. You know what I'm saying?
Follow Biz and Beez, where the game's a breeze. Talking real life moves with that boss expertise. From the grind to the goal, we keep it sweet like honey. Follow Biz and Beez, where the truth makes money.